questions tonight. Why waste time? Let's go straight in. Let me begin, viewers, by going straight across to the BJP national spokesperson. We also have with us a senior journalist who has seen this entire movement play out over the last 30 years. Now, let me begin with you first, Sanju Verma. All these parties are so aggrieved, they are so pained that, you see, a mosque has been demolished and now a temple is coming up in its place, and how can they legitimize this? Others are saying, Yajman is the Prime Minister, how can they legitimize this? Another bunch are saying, I've read out all, they kept 2 dolls, you know what they've been saying. So I'm asking you, where is the BJP failing in carrying this bunch of opposition? Why can't you convince them of your mission? Why can't you build consensus?
Rahul, first and foremost, thank you for putting out that very consummate and comprehensive introduction to put things in perspective. I'll, dive straight and deep into the issue at hand. First and foremost, let's be very honest. The opposition suffers from persecution complex. They are the perpetual pessimistic Khan market gang, as the Prime Minister had said a couple of years back. They are conspiracy theorists. And I'll tell you why. I don't see the BJP, the need for the BJP to go overboard in trying to cajole and persuade the opposition point of view. And I'll tell you why I feel so. This may be an unpopular opinion, but be that as it may. Don't forget that it was on, August 2020 that the Prime Minister laid the Shilanyas, the foundation stone of the Ram temple. And in a historic address, then he said, Ram hum sabke hain, Ram hum sab mein hai. Clearly outlining the BJP's inclusivity in terms of the Ram Mandir issue. After that, I remember that, in December 2020, the inauguration, the foundation stone of the Central Vista project was laid. A couple of senior opposition leaders were called, but they chose not to attend the Shilanyas of the Central Vista project. Then in July 2022, if you remember, the Prime Minister and Mr. Hardeep Puri, they inaugurated the Sarnath lion emblem atop the new Parliament building. And do you remember, Rahul, since you have a good memory, what the opposition had to say? Oh my God, the lions look very aggressive, they look very predatory, the fangs are wide and bare, Excuse me, a lion is supposed to be aggressive, a lion is supposed to be territorial, a lion is supposed to be royal, majestic, a lion is not supposed to mew like a cat or bleat like a sheep. I mean, look at the agenda of the opposition. Sometimes I find it so laughable. Then I remember the 28th of May 2023, which was a very historic event. On that day, almost everybody, the who's who of the opposition, was invited by the ruling dispensation for the Sengol ceremony. If you remember, on the 28th of May 2023, the Sengol was placed next to the Lok Sabha Speaker's chair in the Parliament amidst citing of Hindu hymns, Vedic rituals, and 38 Adinam from Tamil Nadu had made their presence felt, and how the entire opposition boycotted. And very recently, this entire cabal has been saying, "Arey Draupadi Murmu ji ko kyun nahi bulaya? Draupadi Murmu ji ke haathon se ye hona chahiye tha, wo hona chahiye tha." If you really have so much respect for the president, for Draupadi Murmu ji, then please tell me, on the 9th of September 2023, 172 high-profile delegates from 20 countries, including India, were invited by the president, no less, for a sit-down formal dinner. Did Siddaramaiah, the Chief Minister of Karnataka, attend? No. Did the then Chief Minister of Rajasthan, Ashok Gehlot, attend? No.
Okay.
Did the then Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh, Bhupesh Baghel, attend? No. So the limited point I'm making is that there is a cabal, Rahul. Please understand. They will always see the glass as half empty. They will never see the glass as half full. यदि मोदी जी कहेंगे, अरे कांग्रेस तो बढ़िया पार्टी है, कैसे कहा आपने कांग्रेस बढ़िया पार्टी है? Don't you know we are unable to keep our flock together, and we've seen the latest exit of Milind Deora after a few of the other high-profile exits over the last couple of years. So, do you remember that when the Prime Minister said Surya Namaskar is great for health? They said, "Kyun? Surya
Okay.
Namaskar is a Hindu pratha. Why should we Muslims celebrate
So are
Surya
you suggesting?
Namaskar? So the limited point I'm making is that, there is this famous saying, a man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. And the opposition, unfortunately, barring a few pockets here and there, they belong to this fraternity which simply refuses to see the writing on the wall. And the writing on the wall is this, Rahul, that today India is a country which celebrates more than 33 gods and goddesses. We have 12 Jyotirlingas. We have more than 65 lakh sons, seers, and priests. We have 13 akhadas, including the Jula akhada, and we have 4 Shankaracharyas. We have 38 Adinans. We have, dozens of
I
Ramanandacharyas.
understand.
But look at this entire cabal. They have picked out those 2 Shankaracharyas who never ever concealed their political affiliations to drive this narrative that Shankaracharyas en masse have decided to boycott the event, which is a whole lot of balderdash.
Okay, let me bring in Smita Prakash, who's the editor of ANI. Now, Smita Prakash, I just have to ask you this fundamental question because it troubles me to see our country so divided when the figure that is being honored is such a unifying one. How is this possible? I can't understand this. Can you explain it to me?
I think it is the noise of a raucous democracy. That's all I can think of. You were listing out the number of people who have objections to the Ram Mandir. In fact, one of the articles, a very senior editor said, "But South में तो कुछ है ही नहीं इसके बारे में." And then I read an article in a very very major daily which said that this is a North Indian temple and it's a North Indian fervour. In the past week, in the past 5 days, I've been in Kerala and Telangana, and sure enough, the news channels in these 2 states do not reflect the fervor that you see on national television, on the fervor in the Hindu community, the fervor in so many people across the nation. But you don't see that in the TV channels in these 2 states, and that's probably because of the politics of those 2 states. It is reflecting in that. But what is happening is that the television channels are not reflecting the fervor among the people. The Prime Minister was in Andhra Pradesh. The Prime Minister was in Kerala. He's, I believe, going to be in Tamil Nadu on the 21st, 22nd. He's going to Tiruchirappalli, where he'll perform a puja and the verses of the Kamban Ramayana will be played. The fact is that the Ayodhya Mandir, like other temples in this country, are not North Indian or South Indian. The Ayodhya Mandir, you've been running reports. The architecture is Nagara style. Some elements of Rameshwaram, Tirupati, Kanchipuram temples are visible to some of us who are not even experts on this. The murti selected is from Karnataka, South India. The idol makers from there. The granite used came from Telangana, South India. The woodwork has come from Maharashtra. The company that is making it is from Andhra Pradesh. Workers are from Tamil Nadu. So, the temples of this country are not restricted. You go to Vietnam, you go to Cambodia, you go to Laos. The Indian temples out there have workers coming in from different parts of the country who came and built those temples in those countries. And you have people of all faiths visiting them. And in India too, do you think that the Char Dhams are visited only by the people who live in that region? Are the Shakti Peeths places where only people from that region visit? It's open to people of all castes, communities, religions. It's open to everybody. There are just a few temples which restrict, as per those laws, which restrict within the Garbhagriha. That also you can count in your fingers. So, these politicians or intellectuals who try to compartmentalize worshippers and believers in this country, they will be proved wrong, like they've been proved wrong over the centuries.
Well, Smita Prakash, thank you for actually putting that into perspective. Let's not forget, viewers, that yes, we are a noisy democracy, but what is democratic about not sanctifying by being present at a function important to Hindus? I mean, think about it. If you decide to trivialize or boycott a particular function that is important to a significant number of people in this country, that's not a democratic act. That suggests something very different to me.